So now we're going to continue on with part 5 of creating the color scale and proportional scale. And so far we have our color scale ready, but now we have to work on our proportional scale. However, I just saw this tiny issue here, and if you are like me, maybe you don't like that kind of effect. So I'm going to create a simple solution for this. So I'm going to scroll down here, all the way to the scales. And we're going to see here, look, the issue right now here is we need to probably have a grace period on this here. So we're going to say 0. I'm going to say here, I'm going to say a grace, or sorry, not even grace, I'll say here begin at 0, forcing it to become the standard starting value, like that. If you want to avoid this, because this can become a problem if we are going to hover over certain values, and then it will start to clip off, or here this might overlap one of our scales. So what I'm going to do here, comma, I will say a grace, and for grace here I want to say give me an extra point here, space, to avoid this overlap. If I save that, do it like this, and you can see here, or it gives us not a point but a segment. In this case the segment has incremental of 2 points, so that is fine. We can do the same here above. We're going to say here on the Y scale, give me a single point or segment of extra space, and you can see here that looks much better, and we avoid here the issue of clipping a item. Alright, now we have done that. What I want to do is I want to have the measurement of these put in here like these nice circles. So to do that, I'm going to say here a new scale, although we use a lot of the basics from the color scale, but creating a new scale is just nice. It's just I guess here proportional scale, or I guess in my case this is just a bit more organized, so you can select which one you would like to use. So you can say a constant equals id equals proportional scale, and then I'm going to say here after data sets draw chart arcs plugins, and then we can say here object destructuring, and of course you should know this by now. If you don't know, please check out my video understanding chart.js object destructuring, which you can find in the description box. I copy everything here. We probably need most of it, but not everything. So what I'm going to do here is we need to understand basically the values that we have, and the values we have that define the circle. As you can see here, this is the R value, or the radius is 19, and this one here is 28, and this one is 37. However, we don't have that here. If you look at this, our values are not, it's 0, 0.9, it's like a percentage value. So how do we get these values? Well, basically we don't need all of them. All we need is 3 different values. We want the smallest, we want the middle value, and we want the top value. So because of that, it becomes very easy. Even if there's 1000 of these bubbles on there, it doesn't matter, because the size will range between 3 of multiple ranges, but top, middle, and the lowest, or the highest, lowest, and top are the most important. So what I'm going to do here is start working on that. Let's see here, what do we need? Well, first of all, I'm going to work with a circle. So I want to draw a circle, so I'm going to use angle, and I'm going to say here angle math.pi divided by 180 degrees. And the reason why is 1 pi equals a half circle, 2 pi is a full circle. So now we have this. What I know next is I want to have the center. Basically, I need the values, not from the bubbles, but I need to know what's the highest value, the lowest value, and the mid segment. So basically, a size 0, size 0.5, and a size 1. That's initially what we need. Luckily, this is simple because we have the function already prepared. So what I'm going to say here, constant, and then we can say here, I guess the radius that we need, and that will be just size 0, and we're allowed to do this. So we're going to grab here the lowest value, the mid value, and the highest. I'm going to say here this will be size 1, and this will be size 0.5. And here we will automatically get whatever the whatever the radius number is. So if I'm going to grab this, put in here, refresh, open up the developer tab, you can see here 10, 25, and 40, which is correct, because if I go up here, we know that the maximum and the minimum size, minimum is 10, max size is 40, and then we have a mid size, which is the boundary, or at least these two divide by 2, so that's 30 divided by 2 is 15, plus the minimum size plus 10 will make it 25 pixels. Alright, so now we have that. So now it becomes quite easy. We can start to draw a basic line here. To draw the basic line, I want to, well, let's see what we want to do here. Let's say here, we're going to say here ctx dot begin path. So let's start to draw a basic line, and later on we can fine tune that. Then what I want to do here is ctx dot stroke, well, maybe line width. Later on we do the color. Line width, we can just say here this will be 2 pixels for now. Then what I want to do here is draw the line. So I'm going to say here ctx dot arc, and then in the arc, and the arc allows us to draw a circle or curved line. In this case, I want a full circle. So what I need is here is the x coordinate, the y coordinate, the radius, or I guess you can call it a radii, but this is a radius. We need here the starting angle, start angle, and angle, and then counterclockwise true or false. In this case it's false because we just want a full circle. Doesn't matter if it's counterclockwise, so we just do clockwise, simple. So we know the starting angle will be 0 because 0 is the starting point of our pi, and then we know 2 pi would be the full circle. But what I will do is I say angle multiplied by 360. So 360 for a full circle. Now what I need to do is giving the command, say ctx.stroke to draw the line, save, refresh, and the x is of course not defined because I didn't define this, my bad. So we have the radius here, and this doesn't make any sense as well, I just realized, sorry, because this is an array. We need to have a specific value. So I'm just going to grab here radius and index 0, but then here x and y, where do I start? Let's make it 100 by 100 for now. Save, refresh, and as you can see, it starts to work. So next video, I'm going to make sure we reposition it nicely.